there was a quiet movement spreading through the Newcastle corridors. Something that few noticed at first glance but that soon began to take shape like a shadow, determined to follow every step of the club. In the hallways of St. James Park, small details looked out of place. Conversations ended a little too quickly and discreet expressions carried that familiar sense that something was about to change. And whenever this kind of atmosphere appears, supporters know it's worth paying attention. By the way, if you're passionate about Newcastle, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it helps this space grow and ensures you never miss anything that's happening. And of course, when the environment starts shifting like this, questions begin to emerge. Who's leaving? Who might arrive? Which key piece is about to be moved on the board? Moments like these make every step taken by the board feel loaded with hidden meaning. Supporters can sense when something big is approaching, even if they don't yet know exactly what's at stake. Over the past few days, this atmosphere has intensified. The signs have become more obvious, especially to those who follow the club closely. Players arriving at the training ground with tense expressions, assistants speaking more quietly than usual, and a general feeling that important decisions were being aligned behind the scenes. Nothing was said clearly, but everything pointed towards a change that could directly affect the squad. And it was precisely in this climate of expectation that a piece of information began to circulate, first among specialized journalists, then insiders, and finally among supporters glued to every transfer notification. Comments began to appear, always spoken cautiously, as if those sharing them knew they were stepping into sensitive territory. Something involving a young, promising player who had been struggling to find minutes within the first-team squad. The type of situation that easily becomes a talking point among the Magpies. And if you're not yet subscribed, this is a great moment to join the community, as your subscription truly strengthens the channel. According to journalist Florian Plettenberg of Sky Sports Germany, forward William Osula has reached a verbal agreement in principle with Eintracht Frankfurt for a move in the winter window. The information landed like a silent bomb, one that makes no noise but echoes everywhere. Newcastle, already dealing with internal dilemmas regarding the young Dane's future, now faces a strategic decision for the rest of the season. The report immediately reignited debates among supporters, especially because many still believed Osula had room to grow within the club. Some argued that a loan spell could be the perfect opportunity for him to earn minutes, while others feared it might pave the way for a permanent departure in the future. The truth is that Osula's situation has never been straightforward at Newcastle. The young Dane arrived with considerable expectations but faced heavy competition for his position, especially after the arrival of Nick Woltemade, who quickly established himself in the squad. Eddie Howe, always careful with squad building, seemed torn between keeping Osula as an option or allowing him to develop elsewhere. Eintracht Frankfurt's interest didn't appear out of nowhere either. The German club had previously approached Newcastle in the summer and even agreed personal terms with the player, according to Sky Sports Germany. But Howe blocked the move at the time. The decision was seen as a chance to give the 22-year-old one more opportunity, as he was still viewed as a talent with room to grow. Even so, the scenario changed as the season progressed and his lack of minutes became decisive. The current season has only reinforced Osula's difficulty in finding consistent space. So far, he has started just once in the Premier League, with 9 appearances coming from the bench. For a player who needs rhythm, the lack of continuity has become a major obstacle. He hasn't been able to break through as expected and has seen other players move ahead of him in Howe's hierarchy. The imminent return of Jon Wissa to the squad also weighs heavily in this dispute. The player, who had been dealing with a few setbacks since arriving from Brentford, is close to returning fully. Wissa's presence pushes Osula even further back in the queue, as the Congolese international is viewed as a key piece for Newcastle's attack. What's most interesting is that a loan doesn't just offer a solution for Osula, it offers one for Newcastle as well. The board will have the chance to track his development in a strong league like the Bundesliga, potentially increasing his market value. Should the forward impress in Germany, the English club could sell him for over €20 million, a projection mentioned by market analysts tracking his numbers. These strategic movements are exactly what make the winter window so decisive. And of course, to keep receiving analyses like this, remember to subscribe. On top of that, Osula has shown urgency to play regularly. In this season's Champions League, he accumulated just 22 minutes, a number that reflects his lack of prominence. For a young player with ambition and hunger, this situation was unsustainable. Frankfurt presents an ideal environment, as the club is known for giving young players real opportunities to grow.